Hey, another Vinyl Finds with some dramatic lighting. Um, this is going to be just some stuff. Some of this is from a flea market I went to that had records and that I sold at, and I'll talk a little more about that. But the first thing I'm going to show is from a show. You might have seen I uploaded Girl Trouble Live. Pacific Northwest Classics set is what I titled it. It's them, well, I'll show you the flyer. It's them opening for this guy who wrote a book on Pacific Northwest songs, which is kind of cool. It was a pretty good book. I didn't buy it, but it looked cool, and he did about an hour talking about the book, reading some excerpts. It was I regret not buying the book. But he was there, and then Girl Trouble played and did some, Sonics covers, Wailers covers, Paul Revere and the Raiders covers, things of that nature. And they had the singer Kurt busted out the saxophone, which I think he said he hadn't done for 6 or 7 years. And they had a keyboard player, Steve Fisk. Steve Fisk has, produced records by other popular bands that I can't think of at this time. But he also produced some Girl Trouble stuff. So he was there, and I got him, since he produced their first album, I got him to sign my copy of Girl Trouble's first album, signed by all the members. And I got a set list, which is all the songs they did. And at the end, they also did an encore of their song Cold Shoulder, and I think another Pacific Northwest song that I can't remember. But they did the Outer Limits theme, which isn't a Pacific Northwest song, but they did Granny's Pad and Leaving Here, Stepping Out, The Hustler, Little Sally Tease, which is great, Have Level Travel, Out of Our Tree, Mrs. Jones, Take a Look at Me, Louie Louie, and then they ended with their song, and then they did an encore. So it was a fun show. I was glad I went, and they sounded amazing. So I'll show the flea market records. I sold at this flea market. I mentioned in my last Vinyl Finds I was going to, and I probably bought. I wish I shouldn't have. I didn't buy this many. It'd be, good Lord, if I bought this many. I brought about 150 records to sell. A lot of really common stuff. I'd say probably about, maybe 150 is generous. Probably about 120. A lot of that was in a dollar bin because it was real common stuff that I could have sold for $5, $3, but I just wanted to get rid of. And then I did have a bin of price stuff, and I probably sold about half what I brought, which paid for all of these, which was nice. And then I still have some left over, and I was going to do a purge video of what I was selling, but I couldn't, it just didn't happen in enough time. But just off the top of my head, I sold the Psychedelic Furs album that has Love My Way on it. I sold Soft Cell Nonstop Erotic Cabaret. I sold the second House Martins album. I sold my copy of Flipside Volume 2, complete with the newspaper insert. I sold my copy of the first Dickies album, which was a reissue. Can't remember what else. But those were just a few of them. Stuff I didn't listen to anymore, that I couldn't see myself playing in a while, and all of those aren't too difficult to find. I can, get them on Discogs or see some of them in person. So anyway, I sold those. I sold a lot from the dollar bin, and I was able to buy these and still have a little extra. So yeah, the first record is actually one that was given to me by a seller there. I guess you'd call him a friend of the family, Spanky, and that's what he goes by. And this is his band's record, The Dead Vampires, which he gave to me. This is very, it's kind of misfitsy. The first song, though, is a surf track, Ghosts and Goblins. I was surprised how much I liked it. It was really good. The guy's singer's voice is, I guess, kind of a little Danzig-y, a little Elvis-y, maybe a little Dave Vanian-y, but it's a really good album. And they do a Ramones cover. They do a Rock and Roll High School. So yeah. And I also bought records from him. He was selling some of his collection off, and I bought these, and these were really well priced. A lot of Captain Sensible singles. Glad It's All Over, with the B-side Damned on 45, which is a medley of some Damned songs and some of his songs. It's a medley of Love Song, Dozen Girls, The Dog, New Rose, Just Can't Be Happy Today, Burglar, Play 9 Channel 7, Lively Arts, Disco Man, Smash It Up, one of his songs, Brenda, Stranger on the Town, one of his songs, Happy Talk, Blackout, and Lovely Money, which I think is one of his songs too. But I'm really happy to have this. I don't have any Captain Sensible singles. I love Captain Sensible solo stuff. I have a comp, and then a 12-inch of Happy Talk, and then another 12-inch EP called Come On Down from 85, I believe. There's this one, Smash It Up Part 4, which is a split with a band called the Brotherhood of Lizards, which I didn't listen to that side. I just listened to the Captain side. This one, I guess I should preface this. This one is a grail for me, in the sense that since I was aware of it, I had been looking for it and I never found it. Not in a grail in the sense that it's rare. To me, that doesn't necessarily have to do with a grail. To me, a grail is just a record I really want, that has taken me a while to find, and that I really like. So this was a grail for me. This is What by Captain Sensible. I love this song. The B-side is a cool track called Strawberry Dross, which is a demo he recorded in his house. This is I Get So Excited, which is kind of a Motown-y number, which is very good. And then the B-side was okay. It's the Deltic Suite parts 3 and 6. So yeah. Stop the World, which is a Captain Sensible song I'd never heard before. And the B-side, which is better than the A-side, Back to School. And Happy Talk, which has the B-side It/I Can't Stand It demo. And then I bought one more single from him, which was the Rosillos double A-side, I Can't Stand My Baby and I Want to Be Your Man. And this is great. This is... the rest of those were just on the normal, regular A&M label. I'm not going to show those. But this is on kind of a cool... cool label, and this is just great. So yeah, and this is in like mint condition. Boy, I'm running long. I'm sorry, I'm running my mouth too much. And now the next two records were from a seller who owns a record store, and the record store is going to be on hiatus. He's got to find a new location. But I bought two records from him. The first being Miami by the Gun Club. This is better than the first Gun Club album. This is a really excellent album. It's 2 LP with second LP of demos of basically the whole album. Yeah, the whole album, but demos. And the first side is amazing. Carry Home, Like Calling Up Thunder, Brother and Sister, Devil Through the Jungle, or Run Through the Jungle, Devil in the Woods, Texas Serenade is awesome. And then the B-side is still very good. I don't like it as much as the A-side, I don't think. Watermelon Man, Bad Indian, Fire of Love, Mother of Earth is awesome. And it's this cool gatefold. It talks a little bit about it in here, and then I did a little more research. how he was the president of the Debbie Harry fan club, and Debbie Harry does backing vocals on this under a pseudonym, which is somewhere here. D.H. Lawrence Jr. on backing vocals, which is Debbie Harry. It kind of talks about the history of this album, and how they were signed to Chris Stein's label, Chris Stein of Blondie. And then I was reading a little bit about how Jeffrey Lee Pierce used to carry around a note in his wallet, which was his prized possession, which was a note from Debbie Harry on how she dyed her hair, which I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, this is a excellent album. This is the label. If you could, sorry for the light. That's the label. But I was surprised how cheap this was too. And from the same seller, I bought this album, 45 Grave. I believe it's called, Sleep in Safety. I love this album cover. You get the woman sleeping and then these eyes. And this is a fantastic album. This is a first press. It was really, really affordable for how much it goes for. It was probably priced about under $30 of what it goes on Discogs for. And it's in mint condition. The vinyl is like it's never been played. It's on Enigma. It does not... the only thing is, it is missing, I believe, pressings of this came with like a insert that said like something about 45 Grave Fan Club. My copy doesn't have that, but I'm just happy to get this for cheap. Surf Bad is awesome. Obviously Party Time, but I really think my favorite song is Dream Hits, or Dream Hits 2, I think it's called. That song is incredible. So yeah, this is a fantastic album. This is really great. The next one is from my friend John, who swung by, and he brought me this. He just gave it to me, which is really nice of him. And I already have a copy of this. Hold on one second. This record. And I bought this, John will know what I'm talking about, at Singles Going Steady, or not Singles, sorry, Golden Oldies, right before Jeff closed in the dollar bin. And it's really beat up. And it's actually got a different back cover, which is kind of cool. So it's nice to have, too, a copy of this I can actually play that isn't all scratched up. And then the next 4 records, I'll show that a little. Yeah, I should show this. The next 4 records in this book are from a seller from California, and it was 2 guys. And I bought some records from these guys, and then I went back to my booth and sold, and then I went back and bought more records, and I didn't know, but John told me one of the sellers was Mike Vallejo from Circle One, and he was selling a couple original Circle One EPs. I think they were 35 each. I kind of regret not buying one and asking him to sign it, but that was really cool to meet him, and I bought 4 records from him and his friend and a book, and he gave me a really good deal. But the book is, I'll cover that if you already saw it, Elvis Costello's autobiography, Unfaithful Music and Disappearing Ink, which I did not have and I'd been looking for. But the really cool thing about this is, let me find the page. Maybe you already saw this because I didn't hide it very well. It is signed, which I thought was awesome. And on top of that, someone went to a signing, and in the book was this little flyer and this little note inside. And it says, Book Soup presents Elvis Costello in conversation with Chris Conley, October 21st, 2015, 8 p.m. at the Wilshire Ebel Theater, 4401 West 8th Street, Los Angeles, California. And they paid $38 to get in and get their book signed. I've watched stuff from that, and he looked like he played a couple songs and then talked about the book, and then played a couple songs and talked about the book, which is pretty cool. So I was really happy to have that. And I swear to God, I can't believe how cheap it was. It was $20. That's it. I mean, that book probably went more than $20 when it came out, and it cost them $38 to get it, to see him and get it signed. Or well, they probably bought it signed, or maybe they bought it at the show. I don't know. Book certainly cost more than that before it came out. So I was really excited to get that. And then the records I got from him were, well, him and his Mike Vallejo and his friend were, and he gave me a couple, 10, $15 off basically everything I bought. I bought them in like two groups. But what I'm trying to say is he gave me a discount every time I bought something, which was really nice. This album I've been out for a while. This is Pill's first album, Public Image Limited. This album is so good. It comes with the original sleeve, and it's on that cool Pill label. But this has, what does this have on it? It has, the title track is amazing, theme is incredible, and probably my favorite song off this, along with the title track, is Low Life. Low Life is so good. Keith Levine's guitar on that is just, I think, his best guitar performance that I've heard, at least. And this album has slipped away from me a couple times. I once saw it in person at a record store in Seattle and passed because I had an Elvis Costello and a Jam record in my hand, and it was a reissue. And then I saw it. I saw it on a Discogs page of a local store. They had it for $20, and I go to local store. It's like 10 minutes away, and it was gone. And then I bid on it on eBay, I think twice, and both times I got outbid. So I was really, really happy to get this. It's a fantastic album. I thought it was really cool. It says, recorded in England, September 78. All songs written by Pill. All songs produced by Pill. All songs played by Pill. Public Image Limited would like to thank absolutely nobody. Thank you. I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, this is a great album. And I also got this Pill EP, Image Publique SA. I'm not going to try to pronounce the rest because it's in French, but this was recorded in France in, I believe, 81. It's on that cool Pill label again, and they do theme. Let's see, what do they do on here? They do theme, chant, careening, bad baby, low life, attack, and pop tones. And the version of pop tones on this is really good. And I love the album cover. I think it's a really cool album cover. I've read about this album cover, and I don't know if it's been confirmed, but there was something about how John Lydon painted this album cover, and this donkey here with the red hair was a self-portrait, which I thought was cool. He looks kind of pissed off, but great record too. And the two other things I bought from him, I'm running out of time a little bit, and that, I should say, that Pill record was a first edition. That was a Grail too. I bought also this Plane Rap. This is a very strange album. It's also on Enigma, like that 45 Grave record. It goes in and out of 70s punk into hardcore, into kind of power pop, into the last song, which is kind of proto-rap. It's a strange album. I'm still not sure if I'm going to keep it. I had heard their song Magnetic Shoes on that Flipside Volume 2 record I sold. But I'm happy to I'm happy to have it. I'll play it a few more times, and if not, I can sell it. And the last record I have here was also a Grail, which I'm very happy to have, and it's Stomp and Shout and Work It On Out by Girl Trouble. And incidentally, this is their Pacific Northwest's covers EP. They do Take a Look at Me, Hey Mrs. Jones, Out of Our Tree, Little Sally Tease, Leaving Here, and Louie Louie. And this is also produced by Steve Fisk, and as well as Tim Olson. And this is a really awesome. I was gonna buy a copy and on Discogs a while ago, and all of them were, I believe at the time I looked, in Italy. There was 4 copies all in Italy, which I think they toured Italy, so I don't know if they sold a lot of these on that tour. Anyway, but this is really, really terrific, and it's on a cool custom Girl Trouble label, and yeah, I'm just really happy to have this record. And one last thing, speaking of Girl Trouble, another one of the sellers there, super nice guy, Kenny, who used to have a record store, I believe in the 80s and 90s, or at least worked at one. And he often does these shows and sells off memorabilia he had from the record store and some of his collection. And normally I buy Girl Trouble memorabilia from him since they're local and he knew him. And last time I went, he didn't have any more. I bought all his Girl Trouble stuff. And so this time I went, and when I looked in his booth, he said, "I'm surprised you haven't asked if I have any Girl Trouble." And I said, "Oh, well, I figured, I thought you sold it all to me." And he said, "Well, I sold it all, but there's something I'd like to give you." And this was really nice of him. He gave me this Girl Trouble, like, kind of headshot sort of thing, promo thing for the label they were on for a couple albums and singles, Empty Records. And he gave me, which this is really cool, the signed Girl Trouble Christmas card. I thought that was awesome. It says, "Season's Greetings. Bye for now, Girl Trouble," and it's signed by every member. So yeah, I like nerdy memorabilia, things like that. So anyway, I'm running very long, but I keep talking, and that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching.